Hi there. In today's video, we're going to talk about social skills. Well, what I'm going to cover specifically, I'm going to talk about the psychology behind social skills. For example, what makes people suck at social skills, what to do about it, and most importantly, I want to make you aware, first of all, of why you are sucking when it comes to social skills or your social life or your relationships. So let's start. The first thing that I want you to know is, like, when you were a child, you started your training on your social skills. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they suck at social skills or socializing. It's because the way their parents related to them, the way your parents, school, teachers, the bad events that happen to you, so on and so forth. And at that time, when it was a lot of pressure on you, for example, to act in a certain way and to deny some other parts, which is the social parts, the expressive parts, those strategies worked in your favor at that time, which means like the shy guy, the nice guy, the stifled guy or girl, because they kept you alive. They gave you acceptance and approval from your parents or your school teachers or so on and so forth. But at that time, as an adult, you suck because those strategies, coping mechanisms, they are not helping you. For example, when you're out and when you see a stranger that you want to talk to, you start to feel those fears, those heavy emotions on your chest, anxiety, weird thoughts. What, for example, what you start telling yourself, what this guy or girl or other people is gonna think about me? Am I gonna get rejected by this girl or this guy? Or for example, you have a public speaking class that you have to attend, but you are afraid of judgment, so on and so forth. So all those things, they have to do with your childhood. They have to do with your self-esteem, with your identity, because social skills, the skill set itself, it has to come spontaneously from you. It has to flow from you, because social interactions or conversations or communication, they have to do with emotions. They have to do with the way we interact with our emotions, you see. And your emotions play a very, very big chunk when it comes to your social skills, when it comes to your freedom, you see, your social freedom. So why, like, you're probably you're wondering now, so how my emotions like affecting my social skills? Well, for example, let's say, for example, when you were a child and you had some bad memories or bad events. For example, you were like loud, speaking loudly or laughing loudly or expressing yourself in some not in an aggressive manner, but some authentic, spontaneous manner, and then suddenly your father or mother or whatever shamed you, told you no, a civilized guy or a child doesn't have to act like this, so you have to be like proper, you have to be like nice. Then what's the underlying message behind that your mom or that was telling you is like, you're not gonna get approval or acceptance from me unless if you act quiet or nice. Then you adopted, see, the adopted this false self, this persona, you see, or this trait to just seek approval and validation and acceptance from your parents, because as a child you have no power to live independent life, free life. You're all the time under the protection and the responsibility of your parents. But sadly, when you grow up, those traits or those personas or those false selves, they remained in you. And what you have to do as an adult, you have to first of all, I won't say like get rid of those traits, because you will need them at times, but I would say like those denied parts, this spontaneous, expressive, authentic, true self, your inner child, that were repressed or suppressed, you see, by you have to encourage those parts. You see, you have to start, for example, talking and acting and walking and moving your body in a very different ways than you used to. And the first thing you have to do if you want to achieve this change, first of all, you have to push your comfort zone a little bit. Why? Because the more you push your comfort zone, the more you trigger yourself. And the more you trigger yourself, emotionally speaking, the more those stories will start to come up into your consciousness. And then you will start to associate those stories and those beliefs with the emotions that you already feel at any time you want to start a conversation, or you find yourself in a social interaction or situation that have a lot of tension, because your ability to deal with tension is very, very low, unfortunately. Why? Because you're hiding. There is a part in you that you used to hide to, for example, feel calm or feel accepted or feel normal, because your your version of normal is not the right one, or is not the healthy one, unfortunately. And a lot of people have this challenge. Me myself, I had this challenge and I had to work on it for years to overcome it. It's not that, for example, if you have, like, for example, agoraphobia, or you have social anxiety, or you lack social skills, that this is bad, it's the end of the world. No, it's just something you have to work on. It's just something you have to put the work on, and it's a very, very crucial and most important opportunity that you will give yourself to get to know yourself, to revive the deep, true, intimate relationship with yourself. Because unfortunately, people who have social anxiety or lack social skills, and they find all the time there is a gap between them and other people, they received conditional love. You see, they had the message that you're not loved, you're not accepted, you're not approved of unconditionally. It's you have to reach a certain condition for you to be accepted and loved. Unfortunately, this is the message that those people, or that maybe you had in childhood. You see, and as I told you before, it has to do with your self-esteem, and also it has to do with how you perceive people and how you perceive the environment around you. A lot of people, they have this danger or threat that coming from their environment. They see it like this. You have to stop seeing that the world is against you. No, the world is with you. You have to start operate on a collaborative frame. You have to change your paradigm of reality. You see, and this is gonna play a tremendous role in boosting or improving your social skills. Because let's say for example, if I give you $100 and I asked you to give it to a very beautiful girl right there on the garden or whatever, you will give it to her without any social anxiety, without any worries. You will be happy to give her $100. You see, it's the paradigm, it's the way you see and judge the situation that you find yourself in. Bear with me now. And also, besides emotions, like, there is some certain principles that have to take place. I will give you some breakdown here. Let's say for example, you want to have a conversation with a stranger that you don't know. The first thing that I want you to focus on is where is your focus is going. Because the majority of guys or girls that lack social skills or have social anxiety, they focus on what can go wrong rather on what can go good or positive or beautiful. You see, it's your reticular activation system, your RAS in your brain, always selecting what can be threat, what can be dangerous. Because deep inside yourself, your psyche, you're on an emotional level, you always have this fear in your unconscious mind, and you're not conscious. Because if you didn't have any fear, it could be a fear of judgment, fear of abandonment, so on and so forth, you will be so flexible and so free when it comes to talking to anyone. I'm gonna tell it to you now. You have to be able to talk to anyone, anywhere, in any situation, anywhere. Otherwise, if you have any fear, that is gonna tell you that there is something, some sort of emotion or story or belief that you are hiding, and you don't want other people to see it in you. You don't want this hidden part that shameful usually or guiltful to be exposed to others. That's why you are divided psychologically, and you're always trying to show the acceptable part inside you to others, and it's false gold. It's not gonna fly. Why? Because those denied parts, they has to do with your identity. It's who you are, you see. And you are your worst enemy when it comes to social skills and social interactions. But unfortunately at times it looks like this person is looking at me and judging me, or this person, for example, why is he or she telling me this? But unfortunately you are the one who give power to others to judge you or to do anything to you, and without your permission it's not gonna happen, you see. I hope you guys like this content. If you like this content, hit the subscribe button to receive more new videos. I will expand on this topic, and in next videos I will talk about toxic shame, and I will talk about validation on details, so on and so forth. So I hope you guys like this video, and until the next video, thank you very much for watching.